at 0800 hours, 55 minutes, Thursday, October 11, 2018. That's when it continues, man. You're white, you would never understand our plight if you're not willing to look at others and what they've been through. I didn't grow up in a home like that. Like the lady, she's a white lady, he's a Boricua, Puerto Rican, but he identified more as Puerto Rican with white, not Puerto Rican with black. He said he know information. Like I know you don't, because every time I keep talking about things that happened to my family, he keep trying to use these documentaries and biographies and bibliographies. I was like, you can't. I'm talking about real count live events. He even brought up Rodney King being beat. I was like, dude, that was nationally televised. I don't even have to. He was like, so what happened if 1,000 years? I was like, man, that was nationally televised. I'm not talking about what happened 2,000 years ago. It's about literally something that happened in my lifetime. He's like, you wasn't there. I was like, it happened in my lifetime though. I was like, well, I was there when I watched that woman get beat upside her head and then still have sex with that man. And he kept saying, I'd like to check. Like, no, because you went from live account. And he tried to do, but I was, and it's like, look how you treating her. You bringing women to the house. And I was like, then we try to use the black woman, don't do that. I meet black women that let men live with them. Black men live with them. They're not holding them accountable. But then all of a sudden she's strong. I pay my own bills. You're strong now, cool. You're independent, cool. You never dealt with one. Like one would say, well, God got a man for you. Well, let's see all the men that God didn't have for you. And then you met me. Yeah, keep looking. I'm not mad and angry. I'm just gonna let her know. Keep searching. You keep searching. You keep saying, God got a man. I met you at work. And I'm still working. I met you, I have my own plate. I met you all these things, but since I'm not so at a certain level, I'm not God didn't have you for me. Okay. I can tell you attracted to me. I can tell you have some admiration for me. I can tell you have some type of feeling towards me. Like if I was to I did a thing like touch her around her hip. She didn't push me away. I kissed her forehead. She didn't fight me on that. I kissed her cheek. I wasn't trying to kiss her. I wasn't trying to be like sexual, but I was acknowledging, okay, she's okay with me intimately. So I was like, okay, I was like, you acknowledging that all those things, but the dudes that you did have admiration for was like no good. She said, I like the hood dude mentality. Like, well, I'm born there. And believe me, you don't like that mentality. You not born there. You was in the area. No, you don't want the hood. Believe me, you don't want that mentality. Just like the woman thought the guy was gonna change that I met. She was my Uber driver. She a beautiful lady. Have children by her. I talked about this a little bit more and a little bit in depth. She met him, he was a dude selling the drugs. She was like, we're gonna get this money together. She got the great job because she know how this works. She know they will hire a black man before a black woman before a black man. Since we on gender equality, but somehow all the jobs I ever went to, and it was a black woman there, I didn't down myself. I was like, why should she get hired? Then go back. I was like, congratulations. I'm happy you get hired. Happy that dude over there that was half drunk or high or some type of drugs, whether he was black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Spanish, whatever, he didn't get the job. Or this high sedity white woman that kept screw facing you, and you can see it in her eyes. She's like, I'm better than us. Or this white dude or this Asian dude just looking at us like we look like, oh, look at her, we. You can tell in people actions. I was happy to see her. She was beautiful too. I just told her congratulations and walked off. She's like, you gonna apply again? I was like, nah. She's like, I'm here. And I got what she said. I was like, I know. I know you here. I know. Thank you though. But I really don't want to work here. Because I told her I got a different path. And I'm happy that whatever it was, I did not become a police officer. I did not become recon, CIA. I didn't become a basketball player. Now, if I was to do those things, I'll have a better focus. Like when I go do my job, I don't think about, well, this owned by a Jewish or a white man. Our our race is not in position yet to even be thinking about that yet. We gotta stop hurting each other first. We gotta stop having this psychological disorder in our mind, thinking I can be batshit crazy, how we call it, and somebody pose a that's not too much. I'm supposed to just be accepted. And let's go off the Puerto Rican guy I know. There's black men out there that do the same thing. They living with women. I remember watching a live. I was like, both of y'all not can't prove a point. She had two children. I don't know if they was by him, or at least one was by him. She kept saying she got a boyfriend. He's that's living there. He just got out of jail, and he's showing me some money. I was like, dude, that don't mean nothing. You live with a woman. Then I asked her, do he give you money? She was like, no. I was like, damn. But the dude that you like or have an admiration for, he give you money. She said, yeah. I like, so he helped you. She was like, yeah. I was like, so you letting somebody? I was like, forget the skin. I was like, forget the y'all. I don't know if people was in the live, and she shut him out. I like she focused on what we was saying, what we was talking, about, we was dialoguing about. So you allow him to live with you, and he bragging about this money, but he not paying one bill. He not paying for food. She's like, he do something. I was like, but is that enough for you? That's okay. I was like, and y'all had sex? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, it's not a diss. And she was a young lady. Then I watched another young lady. She have an online business. It's been 3 years. It's growing. She got an office. She got a building. Doing great. I think she's sexy and beautiful. Like I would help her. I would like for her. And it's not even because of her beauty. It was her aura. I would literally stand on the corner in a suit to advertise her business. Even though I don't like onesies, I was like, well, we don't advertise onesies. Women want to wear it. It's a supply and demand. It's part of your business. Just advertise onesies. And then eventually I'll get excited because I'm like, okay, dang, I really want to wear a onesie. I'll put a onesie on. Okay, I'll be a big old grown ass baby man just to advertise onesie. But it's really for the women. But it's a perk for men. Women wear a onesie is a back part they pull out. And if they it's easy access. If that's your woman, you got easy access. You ain't got to take off the onesie. So that's the benefit for the man part of the men want to get their woman at. So okay. But besides that, I would go all out. And she end up getting with a guy because he have some type of little business going on. I guess he a barber. He do little things. But the dude already shitting on her. I'm like, yo, you shitting on a lady that got her own? You accepting him? Damn, like, cause he's the bad boy. He the good looking dude. She can walk around everybody. Cause he look good. I already knew as soon as I seen him. Talk about trash. uh, That don't happen. I'll be watching those lives and those when you talk about trash, nothing happens to the live. But whatever. But that's just the way. Just wanted to talk for a while with everybody. This life is crazy. You make it what you want it. Don't gotta listen to everybody. Stop listening to people. Some old stuff about a person. I listen to a white guy talking about how to make your life better. I listen to white people because a lot of them didn't go through their struggles. But I'm not in the struggle no more. I have to have the same struggle. I can understand like I read a book where you can or during the book you realizing yourself what you information. But what I say on to one, I say all is your choice. It's your journey. Choose wisely. Have a great day. Be you. Love yourself. And still loveness in you. Be all you can be. Sound like the army. But that's reality. You gotta be yourself. Connect to yourself. Well, everything else, all things don't even matter in life. We put energies to. Stop paying energies to that. Define who you are. Find out the definition of words so you can have a meaning. Make a meaning out of your life. Make your life mean something. They were all impactful in many different ways. Even guys I grew up when I was in the service. Everybody, people that got shot and killed, rest the souls. And whatever happens when we die, that's the I seen people pass away with smiles on our face, and I seen people die with no smiles on their face. So I don't know the difference between that. I'm not gonna make something up just to make it truth to me. I know when I interact with a person, how I treat them and how they feel. That's what me. I don't care about your religion, what's your preference, your sexuality. You treat me good, I treat you good. You say things about me, I'm bound to say something about you, whether it's good or bad, depends on what you said. I'm not about to play with this world. I'm not about to play with my life. I'm not playing with your life because I'm not playing with mine. I love me more than I love anything on this earth. But I know I have a responsibility. I'm held accountable, produce or create, or if I allow things to happen, that's my fault. But I have a choice, I have opinion, I have options. I don't have to be as the world tell me. And if you sitting there living your life like that, have fun, you will have a hard life. You be the best you can be. As I say, become stronger than the day you were before. My new me is better than my old me. It was sayings I had. Somebody had part of my saying. But you live for today as there is a tomorrow. Your past is gone, but you can learn from what you have done. But that don't mean you live life as you desire. You live as such as you are a being. You are put here for a reason. You are not empty. You're not some empty shell. And if you have and experience it, I can judge anybody within love. I don't care what you think about me because I have not walked your shoes. You have not walked mine. We can walk each other's shoes, but it won't be the same because I am curious lies. It's okay to convince yourself, but you can accept who you are as be the best you. That's not you. Don't have to follow it. Just because others doing it, you can be your own circle. You can be your own group. You can be your own business person. If they can't see that, they want to put you in the box. Hell, I'm keeping your box, and I'll be outside of my box enjoying outside of my box. While you keeping yourself in the box, keep restricting and constricting. Keep conning yourself to doing what they want you to do. This world is a motherfucker. It will fuck you dry in the ass and leave you raw and leave you bleeding and give two fucks about you, let alone even some of your family. But you are birthed to that family reason. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to be. I'm not even going to say that stupid saying. I'm not stupid, dumb, and foolish. I know if you're trying to cross over on me, you're not your heart and your if you can live with somebody and treat them wrong while they're not home and you bring other people, that is wrong. Things are just commonly wrong. I'm not going to go away from that and then tell me I'm a type of person allow myself to die for somebody I never met. I don't know their cause. They can be the most demonic person in the world. The punishment is based on if they wouldn't have been in that situation if they never went. I'm not going to lie about things either. A lot of things that we do it is our fault. I know it was dangerous to go in the crack house, but I went into a crack house. I know it was dangerous to go in this place, but I still went there. I'm going to hold myself account first. I don't care what nobody say about me first. That's why I'm able not to go in that place. I'm not going to make some excuse of why I'm doing it either. I'm doing it because I want to. And if that's what you're doing, say it like that. Stop trying to make excuses. Do what you want, but make sure you hold the truth within yourself. This world, like I said, it's a mother effort. I have to use some words sometimes because we act like we don't get it. We act like we don't get it. Performance. Nobody's better than no one. But I know at the same time, I'm not going to allow myself to be taken from who I am just to make some point or to prove something. I know if I play a game of basketball, I know I'm bigger than a lot of people. I will win. I don't care what their skill level is. Just by accountability of being bigger and having the will to do so. And that's how you got to live your life. I would never say you better than me. You not better than me. What you do so much better than me. I can call you a good person. All that. I would never call you better than me because I don't walk around doing things to allow that even to come out of my mouth. Nobody's better than you. You only allow them to be because you allow them by your actions and your circumstances, and not even by your circumstances that was can tell you who you are. Because you can break free, you can be stronger, you can be anything you like in this world. But I'm not going to ignore things that happened. There was eras before I was born. I cannot change the era, but I'm not going to allow a person to sit there and tell me I am the problem when I didn't create it. And I'm telling you, I'm the one being affected by it, and you can't see it. I'm not about to work on your logic and practicality. If you can't see it, that's on your behalf. That's your fault. You're not allowing yourself to open up your eyes. We are different. Somebody a different skin color. I'm not going to keep explaining to them. I'm not going to keep explaining to the world why I am and why I'm not. You got to start really thinking that way. That's what I want to show. That's what I, if you say I'm not going to be a great parent, that's what I tell my child. Watch how strong my child. But I don't tell my child you can be humble. There's some due time. You got to go through some things, but I don't mean you have to be all like what they say fucked up about it. You don't got to smoke weed to know that you don't like weed. I don't got to be. I know molestation is wrong. I know a lot of things is wrong before I even happen to me or before I do it. It's a choice. I know that's wrong. You're not going to convince me morally or some biblical way of something of anything when it's just like you just look at it and be like, for real, that's what you're going to argue with me about. So there's other problems on this earth and that we have to go over. And you worrying about this? Somebody just lost their son tonight, this morning, their daughter, over some idiot thinking it was okay to play with a gun because it felt strong. It was powerful. There, wow, you couldn't fight me. You lost the fight. So you felt like you had to go get up. Come on now. That's logic. That's the logic we're going to use. The logic that we use y'all don't even understand how I feel. That's what upsets me. You would think some sports talk don't upset me. Who the best, who not the best. That's just fun. It's fun stuff to discuss. And it's like but when the logic kick in, when somebody say something just really like, well, Michael Jordan was the best of all time. I was like, oh, so it's 2018. So Michael Jordan was better from 1 to 2018 years later. He was the best person to ever. Oh, so somebody else got more ring. So like logic like that. Somebody else got. Well, everything you try to use for that person. It's like somebody else has it. So how are you the best of all time? How are you the greatest of all time? And Isaiah Thomas, the basketball player, said this. Time is still going. I said it too, but I like when he had said it because the way he had said it, he was like, we talk about the greatest and who the GOAT, who the best. He said, I don't even put myself. But he said, when I play against somebody, I want to do my best. He's like, there is no greatest of all time. He didn't say it like me, but he's like, because the time, you call about eras, time is still going. He's like, in each era, there is another person. It's like each era was a person. We made a depiction of a person called Jesus. Well, we had out in my era, I had a guy that my parents can tell me. You telling me this is it. If I try hard to do my best, I will live my life. I don't want to just live my life. I want children because I'm the example for what I experienced. That's how I take it. I don't need the creator to say you the example. He said you are, but he said you can be better than what I put down here before. He said you're greater than me because you're physically not physically here. And anybody want to extract from that and take away from a person, so be it. That's why we can't get nowhere. We believe in a book, but it's a person that's being, how we say, anointed, that's being used by the creator, the spirit. I have a bone in my heart to go hurt someone on purpose. I don't have a bone in my heart. Oh, let me go see who I can go kill and shoot today. Oh, I don't like him, so I want to see him die and his family. I don't know like how people do that, but that's amazingly crazy as hell that you can do that in your mind. You talking about a person that's not even like that mouth people. Well, she ain't nothing. How you badmouth a lady that you never met and she doing her best? How we say living our best life, and you mad at her for coming out the house because she took a shower, she did her hair, she washed up, she put on clean clothes. She bought some new clothes and wore them today, and she looked good. That's the outfit she chose. You mad at her? How you mad at a guy because he was able to wear new sneakers he worked hard for, but you ignore him when he talked to you, and you want to rob him and hurt him for his chain, his sneakers? That's the plight of the people. And I had to say this again. You are white, so you would never understand my struggle, how your brother, uncle, and cousin still come against me. But I'm minding my business and trying to fit. You tell me to ignore everything, but you don't tell them to stop. See, so much that goes on, I can talk forever about. I've been alive 35 years. My mouth don't have to stop running, but it's a time for me to listen. I learned so much by watching other people's live. And the one is Nyla says, like, I didn't know it was a woman out there like that. I didn't know there's another person that can spiritually discern or where get information from. But she keep up with her. I don't watch celebrities. I usually have like a dream or a vision that shows me what's going on. We in the 15th order. We're coming up on the 16th. These are orders, and you can look them up. This is like the this is the worst thing about life. It's that when you finally understand, it's not the worst, but it's like wow, it's like a light bulb with a light bulb click on above your head, the halo. Like I can go look that up, and that's true. Because then when you start connecting all the things together, well, linking them and aligning them, it's like, well, this is no longer a belief. This is like all truth. They use this amendment so this law can be passed. This rules and regulation can be said. That's what it was for. So now I'm telling me it don't exist when it do exist. Well, you have not done your work. When a guy said, I sound like a fool about the Bible, he said, I have not digitally done my work. I was like, you literally read the word, these scriptures, and you use one scripture to describe a whole era of people. But there's other scriptures describing something else. Even in the beginning of the word, it said the Bible said it contradicts itself if you don't understand what is going on. And I said, you don't understand what's going on. I don't take the book as my life. I take it as things that happen in the life. And there's things that's modernly happened that's not in there. It's going to be a new version written. It's going to be a year when we don't even use the word God or the spirit of the what the entity that we put on this earth is called. We're going to say F it. We don't need you. There's been due count of money. And it's not so much the root of the children exposes you for who you are. So with what you never have, now you have exposes you for what you are. So you do change when you get more money. You do change when you have a child. You have to do certain things a little differently. And that's not a lie. I don't work on lies. I work on the truth, especially all truths. If you telling me I was the same when I made $300 a week compared to where I made 300,000 a week, and you tell me I act the same and did things the same, I would call myself I would call you a liar to your face because I say no, I didn't. Because for me to make 300,000 a week, I had to live life a little differently. That right there automatically just let me know I'm doing something different. I'm giving you the all truth, not half of it. I'm not gonna give you the facts. I'm gonna give you the all truth. I straight out told you. I don't have to lie about anything. But that's the world we live in. We allowing this to dictate who we are, who we become, and what it's going to be. I don't want to live like that. And if me not being married and being single by myself, I don't womanize women. I don't manipulate love. I had a woman that had a high admiration for me, and I told her the truth. I was like, I admire you. You're beautiful. I think you sexy. I will ravish you like any other man. But like, let's slow down. And like, because I had to find out and figure out what works for me. Just like if you was raised, you was nurtured. This one I would use nurture in a good way. You was nurtured. You was your experience with your family, your demographic. You was raised different. So I don't expect you to think the same. But if I talk to you, I would like to like, if we both speak English, I would like to use the English dialect and speak like we know what we saying to each other and be like, do you get that? Like, yes. Repeat back. And if we doing about repeat back what I just said in your way. And I was like, okay, you got it. But if you start wanting to take out what I just said, I'm like, well, you didn't get what I said because you want to add something else in there and put something else in there. That's not what I said. It's like if you speaking to somebody, and somebody sitting there like, yeah, that's not what he said. That's not what she said. It's like, why? Where is you getting that from? Like that's what they did. And other people was like, that's not what that person said. Can't. That's why like nobody can't tell me what I said. Because I was like, if you could tell me what I literally just said back to you. Because I remember I was talking to someone. It was like, you keep saying, I now repeated it. I was like, it was shocked that I literally said literally every single word. Because you keep thinking I'm not listening because I do like to talk, but I am listening. I'm responding. I responded based off how they tell me what I wasn't and wasn't doing. That's the only reason. If they wasn't telling me that, I'd have probably, they had me intrigued. I'd have shoved the whole conversation. But as soon as they just add in, well, I do this because they do this. I'm like, so that's the only reason you do it? Okay, wow, thank you. I know not to do it, you. Then they start creating a whole nother. I was like, no, you leaving the objective of what I just spoke about and what you spoke about. If somebody is colorblind, you cannot tell everybody they all see the same color. But I know that's a lie when a person tells me on race they don't see color. But then when they mention things that they experience, I was like, that's you just said you don't see color though, but you kept utilizing color and race in your topic in your conversation. Like I'm closed minded because I'm just now seeing black people with blonde hair and green eyes. That's not closed minded. Where I live at, there's no black people with blonde hair that's dark skin and blue eyes. Maybe in other countries where people have been my country, we're not out here everybody laying down with everybody. People are not forced to have sex with people. That's why you see, and it's not being funny in true reality. I see that because I was like, you don't see like there's nothing wrong with you in a country. There's a dictator. A dictator is telling you exactly what to do, but you kept saying you're more free than I am. How are you more free when you're a country when you were literally told you got to be in a house at 6 o'clock at night, and I'm still outside at 6 o'clock at night because I'm coming from work. I'm going to work. I'm going to lunch break or dinner break. But you can't even do that. But you're telling me you're freer than I am. I am closed minded. And I will say, okay, there's no way. So now I was like, why did you come to America? This people you sit in their face and you talk. And this is the things we go through. This is the conversations that I have with people. My best conversation is, I want you to talk to my friend. Okay. I'm meeting these three guys wearing nice suits with emblems on their jackets, they blazers. I don't want to join no group or organization. There's nothing in the world you can tell me to make me grow in a group and an organization that all I want to create. If I'm gonna create a brand, an enterprise, an organization, a business, a group, first I want to look at the people that I am. It's a reason, and I look at it like this. There's a reason I was born in this skin color. I was born to this family. You can't tell me that we're different colors and there's not a reason of your birth to that. I'm here to unite, but at the same time, can we form a unit first? Can we be together first? Before I want to include everybody first? Why is that such a bad thing? Why is it such a bad thing? I want to know to the world. What's so bad about me only talking and thinking black? I still help white people. I still help Asian. I still feed you. I still clothe you. I'll still protect. What's wrong?